Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is LL3's latest podcast. My name is Craig, and today is December 20th, 2013. I'm still in the metropolitan area of the swampy mangroves of South Florida. And I just got this recent news, which has happened in Australia. It was under mathaba.net, which is spelled M-A-T-H-A-B-A. And it's a newspaper, or actually website, based out of Australia. And today I'm be narrating another disturbing story, which technically is more on the whistleblowers, the press, etc. And this happened, posted on December 19th, 2013. I'd like to thank that one gentleman from Aussie Corruption. Sent this to me a while back. I just looked it up today, like a half hour ago. So everyone needs the right to know what's going on down under as well. Just another example of what corruption can do to societies. It says here, SAPOL, which is a South Australian police, corruption and the death of a whistleblower. David McHugh, 1957 to 2013. David McHugh blew the whistle on SAPOL, who subsequently refused to investigate his death following a violent assault just days after his further ultimatums. Earlier this week, anti-corruption politician Mark Aldridge was targeted by South Australia police and has his computers and phone seized. However, this response to Mr. Aldridge's transparent and legitimate political activities is the only latest in a series of quasi-political initiatives undertaken by a police agency which is increasingly regarded as corrupt. If the latter appears to be an extreme suggestion, it is worth bearing in mind that such allegations have been broadcast on mainstream television. This expose earlier this year by 7 Network is just one example, and there's the link on there as well. Actually, this whole site has links, and they're very legit. Long-standing political interference and corruption from within SAPOL has been exposed by the Expendable Project, particularly with respect of the death of an Adelaide man, David McHugh. This was in the context of the SAPOL Corby case. Trust me, you'd be very disturbed. I looked at some of it. I'm pretty damn pissed, but I'm staying focused. David McHugh, whistleblower. SAPOL Corby's final appeal was effectively wrecked when SAPOL and the AFP leaked a false story. Specifically, that photographs seized in a raid showed her with a drug runner before her arrest. David McHugh was a man who personally debunked this fabrication. Neither the AFP nor SAPOL realized that there was a second set of those images. Mr. McHugh came forward with them. They showed clearly that the drug runner in question, a known criminal, Malcolm McCauley, was actually one of many tourists who had their picture taken with SAPOL Corby. Realist, she was on reprimand. The manufactured story collapsed almost immediately, but it was too late for SAPOL Corby. Her sentence was increased from 15 to 20 years. But David McHugh's role didn't end there. When McCauley went on to try to exploit this notoriety through a gutter journalist, David McHugh came forward again and gave an entire series of interviews to the Expendable Project. He exposed McCauley's false story in detail, as did many others, including a professional PI, directed witnesses, and even senior police officers. The fabrications, however, continue to unabated despite published proof of their nature. This caused huge distress to David McHugh as he realized that he was being used and personally besmirched to smear SAPOL Corby and her family. David McHugh's ultimatums and death. In April 2013, he issued a series of ultimatums to some of those involved in manufacturing the fabrications. On 24th April 2013, he recorded 2 additional extremely revealing interviews with the Expendable Project. Distraught, he also rang Fremantle Media to confront them on the plans to produce a telemovie based upon the fabrication. The following day, he was violently assaulted, but managed to get himself home, where he died shortly afterwards. Before he collapsed, he tried to call the Expendable Project again. Contact was subsequently made with SAPOL. Explaining this background, they weren't interested. Further, as no effort has been made to determine the content of the recordings, it is evident and clear that they have not investigated these matters at all. Over the following months, a number of the other complaints were made. SAPOL continued to stonewall. To this date, a detailed and proper investigation has still not been undertaken. SAPOL refused to answer questions. The full disturbing story can be viewed and read on an Expendable Project webpage, including a couple of excerpts from the final interview that Dave McHugh was able to give. There are still dozens of recordings to be processed, which are both revealing and disturbing, particularly those made on the day before his death. The Expendable Project has informed us that these will be uploaded and streamed to Expendable TV in due course, regardless of opposition from Australian corporations and authorities. In the meantime, SAPOL and the authorities in South Australia remain absolute silence. The Australian media continues with its plan to smear not only a dead man in the form of Schapelle Corby's father, but now David McHugh, deceased, a long-term whistleblower and another victim of Australian corruption. I have to make this very clear. The war on whistleblowers is not just in the United States, it's worldwide. It's happening here, Australia, we can go to Turkey, Canada, it doesn't matter. It's just an example, if you want to say that whistleblowers and free-thinking press and journalists are terrorists. The war on terror is the war of ourselves, whether you're a freedom lover or a sovereign thinker, regardless of your political spectrum. If you're a critical contemplator, they hate you with a passion. I know they hate me dearly, and I take that with a badge of honor. I'm not addressing this out of fear, but with love and in good faith. Everyone, whoever listens to this show, and anything else, you have to really pay attention. This is not a game. You can wrap around your flag and sing the national anthem and say a police state's okay as long as it doesn't affect you. It does. It affects every single one of us, regardless of your race, color, creed, sexual orientation, etc. This is just the beginning. A spiritual awakening is in progress, and I know that for a fact. I chat with a lot of individuals, especially the ones under 35. Many of them, they still got to learn, including myself. Don't give up the fight. Keep it going. Spread this truth. Spread this around. And you can repost it. That's fine. I'm not making any money. I'm not hired to do this. I'm not getting even paid to do this. I'm inspired to do this. And that's really it, my friends. I just give everyone a positive blessings. Have a safe winter holiday. This is Craig again saying good night, good day, and never give up the fight. And one more note. I had a little signature on my email a long time ago. Actually, exactly on September 14th, 2001. That's a few days after the horrific events of September 11th that happened in both New York City and Washington, D.C. And the quote I used is death to terrorism, corruption, and the New World Order, so we can ensure true peace, security, and spiritual prosperity. Feel free to spread this. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, middle finger. You can post the stuff on. You could send your replies. I'm on Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter. I even have a YouTube account too. Lucky Luck number 3. It's number 3. Okay. And that's all for now, my friends. May David McHugh soul remain forever free. To all my other comrades out there, be alert. All the whistleblowers and free-thinking journalists, don't give up the fight. This is occurring worldwide. And this is Craig again, signing off. Take care and positive blessings to all.